Hey everyone, welcome back to another video with me, Philip Hassan, for Therapy in London. Today we're going to discuss something which is ever present, not just in regards to my work as a psychotherapist, but also dictates how we all live our lives, which is our unconscious thoughts or unconscious feelings. Now, what does this mean, unconscious thoughts and feelings? Well, these are the thoughts and feelings that live in us, that have established themselves over time through past experiences, what we've been told by our parents, by friends, people we look up to, our role models. And what these thoughts and feelings do is they dictate how we act in the world. And they do it in a way which we don't even realize. We don't even think or feel the impact of them. We just choose left instead of right because that's what we've always been told. But it's so deep, it's so ingrained in us that without actively looking for it, we'll never know it exists. We'll never know why we pick left, why we pick right. With that being said, how does this affect the decisions you're making? How does this affect your identity? Well, let's think about it for a minute. If we're not even aware of the decisions we're making, if we're not even aware of why we pick a certain color, a certain flavor, a certain direction, how are we ever going to change? How are we ever going to follow the path which we really cognitively and emotionally want to, yet don't feel able to because this almost otherworldly force is dictating which way to go? And it sounds quite scary to think about, do I have complete autonomy over my decisions? Well, yes, of course you do, but the way we are in the world is based on our unconscious mind dictating how to relate to things. That's why, for example, some of us can see a spider and pick it up and put it outside, or some people look at that spider and see that fear. You know the spider's not dangerous, you know it's not going to hurt you, yet you're so scared you run into the other room. You call someone to get it for you. In our mind, we know that we're being silly, but actually that unconscious feeling gets played out again and again and again. And obviously a phobia is a very specific circumstance when that happens. But there are so many other situations, decisions that we make in the same way. Maybe not driven by fear, but maybe driven by something else, such as comfort. Take, for example, I don't know, something someone doesn't want to do, such as eating healthy, or going exercising, going for a run. So our unconscious thoughts and feelings actually dictate most of our lives. If we have to think about every single circumstance, every single noise, all the time, we never get anything done. It's a way of us negotiating the world in a productive way. But how productive is it? How safe does it make you feel? It helps you to negotiate the world in a safe way. And that's all well and good, but sometimes that safety that's embedded in our unconscious is actually holding us back. Going back to the spider analogy, why is it that some of us are so scared of spiders and some of us aren't? It's the way that other people have told us to react in those situations. With that being said, do you find yourself frustrated at the decisions you've made? Are you frustrated that you don't feel able or willing to do something which you know will benefit you? What is it that you've always wanted to do but you've never felt able to? The event hasn't changed, but it's the way we relate to that event. That's the key aspect of this, because if we relate to the event in a different way, we have the freedom to pick and choose how we act, who we are, what we do in the world, and maybe that decision that you regretted making, you make it next time, because you have control over how you relate to the world and indeed how you relate to yourself. That's a really important point, because the way you relate to yourself might be, I'm not clever, none of my ideas will work, there's no point in me trying, so what's the point? Whereas if you can relate to yourself in a different way, maybe you'll think, I'm clever, I can do this, it will work, and if it doesn't, I'll try again. You know, these thoughts, these emotions that live in our unconscious mind are so imperative to the way we live. So if we can change that, then just think, the world is your oyster. Let's think, what are the 5 steps in which we can actually make the decision?